Hey everybody, welcome to Beyond Bricks. I am your host, Kevin Stewart. And today I want to start with you guys with showing and sharing a little bit of gratitude. The last handful of months being able to and being given the opportunity to do what I'm doing right now, the opportunity to share, the opportunity to grow, the opportunity to put my thoughts down on a piece of paper and the things that I've learned and share them out to the world has been an incredible blessing. And I do believe that it's actually starting to make an impact. I believe that the waves of the positivity movement are starting to catch a hold. I have received multiple text messages, phone calls, conversations when I've seen people where they have thanked me and shown gratitude for what I'm doing inside this podcast. And guys, I can't tell you enough about how good that makes me feel. Because I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing it for everybody out there. The fact that it's starting to be shared, that it's growing, that it's being sent out into the world makes me feel gratified. It makes me feel as though the things that I'm doing matter and that the stories that I'm telling are creating an impact. Because that's what I want to do. I want to create a deep and meaningful impact that is well beyond me, something that's going to last well beyond my years. Something that is going to be seen and heard that is going to help the world be a better place. I want desperately for the world to be a better place. I want people out there to grow. I want people to see and feel that they matter and know that things that they do matter. So I want to say thank you for those who have watched this, who have listened, who have texted me, who have shown their gratitude towards me. I just want to say thank you. The words that you've said to me and the encouragement that you've given me is why I'm still doing this right now. And I love that I've been given this opportunity and that I've been placed in this space for a reason. I have been put at this point in my life to be able to do just this. And I'm so grateful for it. Today's a fun one. Today, I'm going to talk about something that has a ton of meaning for me, something that I believe helps drive and create the impact in all of our lives. Today starts with a question. Why? A simple question of why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you do the things that you do? Why are you here on this earth? Why do you make the decisions that you make? What is the why that you carry with you that pushes you and drives you towards being the person you want to be? So it starts with that question. It starts with, do you have a why? Have you ever created a why? And today I want to dive into both my why, how it came about. I want to tell you that story and then go into some details on what you can do if you haven't already found it yet, to find your why, to find the thing that drives you to do great things, what drives you to go be great every single day. It's a topic that I absolutely love. It's very near and dear to my heart because it is the moving factor that gets me going every single day. It's the thing that brings joy into my life. It's the thing that allows me to feel as though I've been put on this earth for a reason. I believe the why matters. Now, I'm going to give you a warning. There is a caveat to this. Finding and researching and learning your why takes an incredible amount of courage. This is not a simple process. This is not something that you need to take lightly, because if you properly define your why, it should and it will completely rock your world. It will change your life. If it is a big enough why and it matters enough, it will bring you to tears when you find it. It will knock you across the face like you've never been hit before, and you are going to feel that everything in the world is different now because you are pointed to something that's bigger and greater than you. Guys, it's special, but the caveat is it's going to take courage. It takes courage to be willing to look inside and realize that you're built for something beyond yourself. So what are the reasons? Let's start with that. What are the reasons to have a strong why? I came up with 3 things that I believe pointed me towards building a large why. The first is a strong why creates a beacon. It creates a lighthouse. It's that light off in the distance that when all you can see is fog, when you can't see anything else, when you don't know where your path is going, and you're out there in the middle and you don't know what you're going to do, your why becomes your guiding light. It becomes your lamp in the dark. It's the thing that you can look towards that will point you back to the path that you want to be on. It's so easy to stray from the path that we see. We all know what we're supposed to do. We know the things that we're supposed to say, and we believe in the things that are right and wrong, but we stray from the path all the time. All the time. But a why, a proper why, will bring you back to the purpose that you're meant to be. It's going to be the guiding light. It's going to be the beacon of hope when nothing else is around. It's the thing that takes you back. The second thing is it creates motivation during the hard times. The world was not promised that it was going to be easy. It's never been promised that the world we live in and the life that we live is going to be easy. But having a proper why gives you the daily, weekly, monthly motivation that will keep you going. I heard a great story once, and it was an analogy that I love. Now, it's pretty extreme, so I'll warn you it's fairly extreme. But I've asked people, and I've had this conversation before, and I've said to someone, if you were asked, and if you surveyed your friends and asked, do you believe it's possible to make $1 million before the end of this calendar year? Do you believe it's possible? I could ask that to probably 100 people, and I think that I'm going to get a couple of answers. I'm going to get a whole lot of 0%. There is 0% chance I can make $1 million before the end of the year. You're going to get the occasional person that is an optimist that's going to say, I mean, I'll never say never. I don't think anything's impossible, so I'll give it 1, maybe 2%. I want 1, maybe 2% chance. Then you're going to get the extreme optimist that may say, I don't know, if everything landed right and the cards fell, maybe 5% chance. But the odds are super low. Now, let me reframe the question. Let me reframe the why. If I asked you the exact same question and said, could you make $1 million before the end of the year? And if you did not achieve that goal, everyone in your life that matters to you will not be here tomorrow. You will lose everyone that matters in your life. Everyone changes their answer in that moment. Everyone. I don't know anybody that wouldn't say 100% chance. I will do whatever it takes. I will do whatever it takes because the people in my life matter that much. Guys, that's the increase of the why. I understand that that's an extreme example. I understand that's even hard. It's hard to me to even say out loud because I cannot imagine doing that. But I guarantee you, if that's what was on the line, I would be capable of anything. I believe anybody out there, if given that type of extreme, could accomplish any goal they have set out in their life. Why? Because they changed their why. The circumstances behind the decisions that they make every single day to sit and mindlessly scroll or to sit and hang out on social media or to goof off, to not do the things they should be doing every day, that changes completely. Why? Because of the extreme why. It changes the outlook. It creates the extreme motivation that I believe is needed to accomplish what's most important in your life and to do the things that you set out to do that you believe can accomplish great things. So it creates motivation. The third thing is it gives you purpose. It's going to give you purpose that's beyond you. This show, Beyond Bricks, you see a brick wall behind me. This show is about getting outside, beyond the bricks and restraints and constraints of what I do every single day, and do something that matters outside of that. It gives me purpose. It gives me something that is so far beyond the brick constraints of my office that I can go out into the world and share something that matters. I have a big why, and I want to share that with the world. That why gives me purpose that's well beyond me, something that matters beyond who I am and what I feel I've been put here to do. It gives me that purpose. So what is my why? And how did I get there? So this is where the story gets interesting. I believe my why started young. I don't remember my age, and I'm going to tell this story, and I'm not going to tell it without emotion. I guarantee it. See, I'm already showing emotion. I can't tell it because it impacted me that much. And it started with somebody believing in me. My why started when I was young. My grandfather, my grandpa Jesse, my son, I don't have the picture here, but my son Jesse is named after my grandpa Jesse. Unfortunately, I lost my grandpa Jesse when I was in high school. He was taken from us in a tragic car accident. And I'll never forget that day receiving that phone call. I'll never forget walking into the house and hearing my mother sob because she lost her father. I'll never forget that moment. But the impact that he left on me happened years before that. My grandpa Jesse was retired. He was a construction worker. He was super tough. My grandpa Jesse was an incredibly tough man. I remember times of being at their house and him scolding us because myself and my dad were kind of goof-offs. And so I remember him sending my father away from the table because he wasn't showing proper manners at the dinner table. That's the kind of man my grandpa Jesse was. He was tough. He was in construction. He was in commercial construction. He was dealing with rough and gruff and tough people every single day. He was a tough man, and he had a tough exterior. But I got to see pieces of him that were not as tough. I spent a lot of time with him when I was young. I looked forward to every single time I went over to see my grandma and grandpa, going and spending time with him and playing instruments. My love for music, I'm telling you, my love for music comes from my grandpa Jesse. My love for that part of my life stemmed from him. And I remember going down, we would go down into the basement, and as he retired, he was building instruments. He would build dulcimers and mandolins. He even made a guitar. He was building instruments. He loved to woodwork. He loved to work with his hands, and he had this we'll call it a studio shop in his basement. And during retirement, that was his passion. He loved music, and he loved the opportunity to build things out of wood. And he would build these beautiful instruments, some of which I still have in my home today. I love them. They're an attachment to my grandpa Jesse, but I'll never forget the day. I go down into the basement, and he says, "Kevin, come here. Sit on this stool." "Grandpa Jesse, what? Are we making something today?" And he said, "No, I need to tell you something." He said, "You know you're special, right?" He said, "You know you're meant for something special. You're meant for something huge." He said, "I don't know if you see it yet, but I can see it in you." He said, "Kevin, you're going to change the world." That's when my why started. That's when I began to grow and build the why of what I want to do and who I want to be, because he saw it in me first. He instilled it into me and believed that I was going to do something great. I have and will carry that conversation with me for the rest of my life. I will tell that story with not a dry eye ever for the rest of my life, because of the impact of what it meant for him to tell me that I was going to do something special. So as I grew, and as I grew older, and as I moved through my life and started to get into my career and build a family and do all these things, I had this weight on my shoulders of I have to find a way to change the world, because I have to live into what he saw. But guys, that is heavy. When I say it takes courage to live into that why, man, that is a big why. Do you know how hard it is to change the world? That's a big weight. So what did I do? I had to break it down. I had to take it back a step, because I started to think, and as I grew older and as I matured and as I've grown up and as I've sought mentorship and I've talked to other people that have incredible whys, that have incredible things that they've done with their life, I've started to come down to the fact that changing the world is more simple than I thought. You change the world one person at a time. You change the world one impactful moment at a time. You don't change it by snapping your fingers. Guys, I am not the most intelligent person you've ever met. I'm not the person that's going to make this incredible invention that's going to be remembered forever. I don't believe that's going to be my role in my place, because that's not who God built me to be. But I do believe that I can create a positive impact on every single person that I meet. I do believe that I can be the person that creates hope, that creates joy, and creates excitement for every single person that's in my life. I believe I can change the world by creating a positive impact for every person that I meet. That is my why. That is how I change the world. That is how I grow to be the person my grandfather saw. That's a why. That is why I do what I do. That's why I get up in the morning. It's why I push. It's why I do whatever I can every single day to be happy, to show joy, to be someone that creates happiness for those around them. Because to me, it matters. Guys, it's my superpower. I believe it's my superpower. If I had one, it's that. It's that I can make any situation positive. I can find a way to do that. And the last handful of years, I believe I've really grown into understanding and feeling that passion and feeling that the things that I'm doing truly matter in a big way. And it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible to be able to get up in the morning and know the things that you're doing matter, and to know that the things you're doing are creating an impact. It's the greatest feeling I've ever had in my entire life. And I do believe for the first time in my life, I am 100% on the path I am supposed to be on. I'm 100% doing the things that I am supposed to be doing every day to create the impact on the world that I want to leave behind. And guys, this show is part of it. This opportunity, this chance to do this is directly impacting the why of who I want to be. So where do you begin? That was my origin story. The origin story of who I am came from my grandfather. Not everybody has that opportunity. Not everybody has that person that speaks and breathes into their life. So if you haven't found your why, how do you do that? Where do you go? Where do you start? Because it's tough. It's tough to figure that out. It's not a simple snap your fingers and just decide. So how does it work? What are the steps? What are the things that you have to do to find and create that impactful why? That piece that drives you every day, that guiding beacon, that guiding light of hope. What do you do? First step, the first thing that I believe you have to do is you have to start where you want to finish. You have to start at the finish line. When you are not here, there's only one fact of life, is that you're never going to get out alive. It's the only guarantee we have. I guarantee you're never going to get out alive. And one day when you're not here anymore, start with, what do you want to be remembered for? What is the impact? What is the lasting impression that you want to leave on the world around you? What do you want to be remembered for 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 20 years later? What's the depth? What's the range of the impact you want to leave on this world? I want my impact to go a long ways. I want it to go for a very long time. What do you want? What do you want people to remember you for? What do you want people to see your life did for the world? You have to start there. What story is your life going to tell? What is the story of your life that is told beyond the years that you're on this earth? What is it you want to be remembered for? That's your starting point. Think that through. Sit down and think about how you want to be remembered, because that's going to give you the first step. After that, the second step, you have to have extreme courage. You have to have the courage to ask others and to seek guidance and to seek from other people, to hear from them what they believe you were on this earth to do. I was blessed in having someone come to me and tell me that. But it doesn't mean that I haven't taken the time to seek it from other people. I'm not sure I really believed it when my grandfather first said it. I didn't necessarily believe it, but I felt it. And I've felt it all of my life ever since. But the reason that I believe it wholeheartedly now is because I've had others reinforce that positivity and the ability to create positivity in others is my gift. I asked. I had the courage to ask the people that are closest to me, and they all said the same thing. It reinforced what I was already feeling. So you have to have the courage to ask those around you, what is my impact on your life? And you have to be prepared for the answer. And it may not be what you want to hear. And then you have to decide what you're going to do with that. It takes courage to ask that question. They see things, those around you, the people that you love and trust the most. I'm not saying go ask a stranger. I'm saying go to the people that you spend the most time with, that know you the best, that live life with you, because they see things in you that you may not see in yourself. And after they have that, you're willing to have that conversation, start talking about it more. Start having the conversations. Be someone who talks about what you want to be every single day. Be the person that goes out and starts living that into that right away. And the more you talk about it, the more it's going to reinforce into your life that it is your why, that it is your purpose that you've been put here for. And I will tell you, when you find it, you are going to feel it. If your why doesn't bring you to emotion, it's probably not your why. It's probably not big enough. But I can tell you, anyone that I know, when they figured it out, they can almost exactly pinpoint the moment when they realized, oh my gosh, this is what I'm here to do. This is what I've been put on this earth to do. Almost everybody can pinpoint that exact moment because they felt it like a wave hitting them across the face. You feel it. You will feel it in the depths of your soul. And if it's big enough and it's great enough, it is going to bring you to tears. It is going to. That's how you'll know. That's how you'll know your why is big, and your why is big enough to create a real impact. And the third thing, the last thing that you have to do, is you have to trust the vision and path for your life. To live into that why, you have to trust yourself. You have to trust the vision that you've put out there of the things that you want to do. You have to trust that you're able to do it. You have to trust yourself. Have you guys ever seen, and have you ever watched a bird outside land in a tree? How many times do we see these birds flying around and land on a limb, a little tiny limb that's barely there, that you can watch and go, oh my gosh, that limb is going to snap and that bird is going to be in trouble. We see it all the time. Birds land anywhere they want. Why is that? Guys, it's not because they trust the limb. It's not because they trust the tree. It's not because they trust the thing that they landed on. It's because they trust their wings. They trust that they can fly. They know that if the limb breaks, big deal. I've got wings and I'm going to figure it out. You have to be able to trust your own wings. You have to be able to trust the gifts that God has given you and the things that have been instilled into you in this life. And you have to be able to trust that they are going to carry you where you are supposed to go. You have to trust your path. I believe if you do those things, You will live into a why and a purpose that is greater and well beyond anything you could expect or imagine. I believe that you will live a life of meaning, a life that matters, a life that is remembered and creates impact for everyone around you. Guys, we can't add days to our life. It's impossible. But you can add life to your days. If you have a big why and you create a big why, you are going to add life that matters to your days. The days that you are given and blessed with on this earth are going to matter at an extremely high level. Every single person watching and listening to this episode right now has beautiful and wonderful gifts instilled inside of you. You have talents. You have things that the world needs. This week, go out and be yourself because the world desperately needs you. Have a good day, guys.